Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Ranking Golden State Warriors players into 14 different categories ahead of 2024-25 season. The Golden State Warriors are heading into the 2024-22 season with a brand new roster that does not feed one half of the Splash Brothers. Klay Thompson, the Stephen Curry-led Warriors have brought in reinforcements, but they might need to have the roster better to compete in a loaded Western Conference. Regardless, we have collected the Warriors players and divided the depth chart into the 14 most important categories. Stephen Curry remains the heart and soul of the Golden State Warriors and their best all-around player. His shooting prowess is unparalleled, but Curry's impact goes beyond scoring. His ability to handle the ball, facilitate the offense and lead the team both on and off the court makes him the most complete player on the roster. Curry's movement without the ball, high basketball IQ and clutch shot making keep him as on of the league's most influential players. We also saw how dominant Curry could be in the 2024 Paris Olympics, so there is no denying who the best point guard in the world is right now, even if he isn't particularly dominant defensively or with his playmaking. Moses Moody has shown glimpses of his potential over the past seasons, but he remains one of the most underrated players on the Warriors roster. Moody's ability to defend multiple positions, knock down open threes and play within the team system without needing the ball makes him a valuable asset. His development will be crucial for the Warriors as they look to maintain their depth and competitiveness in a stacked West Conference. Moody's numbers never impress, 8.1 PPG, 3.0 RPG, but in terms of being a role player who competed hard on both ends, he has to take this category because there might not be another player who is suitable for this category. While Andrew Wiggins was undoubtedly a vital part of the Warriors' identity, his offensive limitations and declining defense have made him somewhat overrated over the last 2 years. Wiggins has been a shell of himself when looking back at how impactful he was in the 2021-22 championship season. The gap between his reputation and on-court production has widened slightly, making him the most overrated player on the roster considering he is on a contract that will pay him over $26 million next season. Wiggins can still rediscover the form that made him one of the best swing men in the NBA, but until then he is an overrated player. Stephen Curry on retiring as a Warrior. A goal of mine. Stephen Curry addressed the possibility of retiring as a Golden State Warrior on the Today's Show. He noted that he hopes to end his career with the franchise that drafted him. Curry added that while Klay Thompson has left the franchise, they want to continue winning and can make some improvements. I hope so for sure. I've been now going into my 16th year. It's a goal of mine to finish my career with that organization that has seen me go through the ranks and accomplish amazing things with Draymond Green. I know Klay Thompson isn't with us anymore, but I want to keep winning. Obviously, hopefully we have some things ahead. As part of his appearance on the Today's Show, Curry also surprised the young fans and attendance by showing them his gold medal from the 2024 Paris Olympics. Curry went out of his way to make the young fans st with this gesture. Curry does love the Golden State Warriors as the franchise has been his home in the NBA for 15 years since he got drafted. There is no doubt that he is the greatest player in the history of the franchise, and there will be a desire on both sides to keep the relationship going for as long as possible. The Warriors also want to keep Stephen Curry, but there will be concerns about their competitiveness in the years to come. The Warriors lost Klay Thompson and Chris Paul and in the offseason and didn't land a second star player to pair with Curry despite trying their best. The Warriors are aware that their roster as presently constructed is not going to contend for a championship. Despite this, Curry believes that they can actually compete for the title next year. The Warriors will probably have to trade for a disgruntled superstar during the season to try and improve the roster. Stephen Curry is the lone superstar on the Warriors, with the rest the roster comprised of role players. He will have to play some of the best basketball of his career just to keep them in the mix for the playoffs. If Curry can keep them competitive, it will further incentivize the front office to land a star during the season. Curry does have the momentum to be able to do this, as he is coming off what was a sensational run at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Curry was one of the best players on Team USA and helped lead them to the gold medal at the Olympics. He was named to the All-Star 5, the team of the tournament for the Olympics last season. Curry had yet another great statistical season, averaging 26.4 points, 5.1 assists and 4.5 rebounds, but their Warriors failed to make their playoffs, wasting a lot of his great performances. That cannot happen next season, and the Warriors will have to step up and deliver at least to a level where they can stay competitive. Steph Curry leaves door open to leaving Warriors. Steph Curry has spent his entire career with the Golden State Warriors. He's helped lead them to 4 NBA championships, established himself as the greatest shooter in NBA history, and helped turn the franchise into one of the biggest brands in the league. Now at the age of 36, Curry has begun answering questions regarding his future and whether it remains in the Bay Area. During a recent appearance on Today, Curry noted that his desire is to retire with the Warriors. However, he stopped short of guaranteeing that outcome, noting how he values winning above all else. "I hope so for sure," Curry said. "I'm going into my 16th year and always said it's a goal of mine to finish my career with that organization that has seen me go through the ranks and accomplish amazing things with Draymond and I. Not Clay's not with us anymore, but I want to keep winning." The Warriors are currently in a state of flux. They lost one of their star veterans earlier this summer when Klay Thompson chose to leave in free agency, teaming up with the Dallas Mavericks. The front office has also been straddling two timelines, with one foot in player development and the other in trying to contend. Those struggles led the Warriors to miss out on the postseason after falling to the Sacramento Kings in the play-in tournament. The Warriors spent the summer chasing a second All-Starter team with Curry, but has failed in its attempts. First, they failed to pry Paul George away from the LA Clippers in a sign-and-trade deal. Then they failed to acquire Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz. Fortunately for the Warriors, they have a stockpile of tradable assets. As such, they're likely just one move away from becoming a contending team again, which should give Curry enough reason to spend the final years of his career in the Bay Area. Nevertheless, if the Warriors throw office opts to dilly-dally in their future negotiations, it could cost them a few more years with their greatest ever player. Curry may not be doing it directly, but his comments are certainly turning up the pressure on the front office to go out and find him an all-star running mate. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Stephen Curry? Leave your opinion in the comments.